he was doing too.
And I was gonna ask, did he say anything about that in the movie?
Remember.
They had
because
I saw the post-credit scene.
Thunderbolt,
he's getting the team
Thunderbolt Ross did want him to do that.
So there was Thunderbolt said get the Avengers back together, and then Brain Dude said something's coming. So alluding to
the leader did say that someone he heard. And that there's it's either the incursions or he's talking about Doom, one of the two.
So that included Sam getting the team back together.
Hold on,
and
bro.
Then,
hold on.
Yes. What's wrong?
What the fuck these niggas gonna do with Doom? A bitch that all she does is fucking wrestling moves.
That's what
she
Captain
does the same
Marvel's
things as
for.
Rey
That's
Mysterio.
what Captain Marvel. Valentina doesn't know about it. The Captain Marvel and Sam and them know about it.
We can't think about it.
So how
Sam
are these
knows
niggas
about
the
it.
Avengers?
Why
are they the Avengers? Just call them the team.
She just did it. She was doing it to cover her ass, bro, so she don't go to prison.
Yeah.
That was it.
They didn't want this.
They didn't even want it.
That was a big Seinfeld.
She wanted them dead. She wanted them dead.
She was going to kill them all.
But she was like, "Oh,
and Guardian just got thrown in there."
Yeah,
Bob wasn't even supposed to wake up. Bob is supposed to be dead.
That would not have killed him, though.
You don't think so?
Nothing would
Hell
kill
no.
him.
No, that's exactly why he
tell,
came back.
You can tell they
he came back as the Void
without even knowing anything about the Sentry. Like you can tell just from the movie that nothing would kill this nigga. Why? Like he was probably supposed to be dead.
Yeah, it's matter manipulation, bro. He can't die.
Yeah, he can't die. Like
you don't want to die. He's not dying.
So
and we don't have anything that can kill him.
Something is gonna kill him. Something is gonna kill him.
And then we
ain't seen this nigga get a scratch.
Probably Doom.
Probably something from out this universe.
I think it'll be Doom.
It will. If anyone's gonna do, it's gonna be God Doom.
They're probably gonna be like,
isn't Doom?
He's gonna get hulked.
No, that's
Doom bigger than a planet.
That's Galactus.
Oh, I'm thinking.
We're talking about Dr. Doom.
I think Sentry is gonna. What's gonna happen with Sentry is what happened in the beginning of Infinity War. Like they're gonna seek Sentry out on whoever the big bad is.
Put his spine out.
Whoever the big
send
bad
that nigga
is,
away from people,
and they gonna say, "Sentry, do something," and he gonna get his ass.
Yeah, that's what I think.
He's gonna get fucked.
I think it was
up.
Benny or Santuan. One of them said it like they're gonna do the spine pull on the Sentry.
Yeah, I think
One
that
of
was
the Benny or
Santuan.
Santuan said it.
Mortal Kombat.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
that's-
because
Get over here.
in the Secret Wars run, Thanos fucking steps to Doom, God Doom, and he was like, and no matter what universe we're in, I'm still Thanos. And God Doom was like, what does that mean to me? And he was like, you don't have the Infinity Gauntlet. And he's like, I don't need it. And then he just shoves his hand in his chest, rips his spine and skull out, and he's like, apparently you did. And then he just crumbles. So I think Benny or Santuan, one of them said it. They're like, he's probably going to do that to the Sentry.
Yeah.
Because God Doom
Benny
is God Doom is God Doom for a reason. Go ahead, say it into the mic, motherfucker.
Progressive,
little dick bitch.
Whoa.
Progressive.
Anyway, so you gave it an 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, I just don't know what to expect.
Not bad.
I thought real quick. I thought the group hug on Bob at the end was the only way they could have ended that.
And
because
I loved it.
no one was beating him. Like you said, they're all fucking groundwork people. If you were to do like if you were to do like Marvel comics, these are street level. These are street level characters. Yeah. No one is beating this man in a fist fight.
Maybe Daredevil can.
I mean, they tried.
But that's why Daredevil cannot. He's already in
Where
the
was
void.
going to the void?
Where was Daredevil?
Where was Kingpin?
Where was Kingpin?
Spider-Man?
Where was Kingpin?
Where was Joe? Where was anybody? But anyway, no, that was the only logical way to beat him, of course. And like I liked it in that moment when he was beating on the Void, because that's what the Void wanted, because he was giving in to
his darker side,
and then that way the Void could overtake it. So like that group hug at the end, like Bob's whole thing was he's been alone his whole life. So like to me that made more sense. That was perfect.
Yeah,
because
I don't
the
hate,
only thing.
I say in here, I don't hate the power of friendship saving the day.
No, because there was literally all they could do.
That's very Guardians-esque. I like that.
It was in a sense. It was in a sense.
That's a good point, Lear.
But it's like the only thing that can like suppress the Void is Bob. That's Bob.
It takes it upon himself to suppress it. I didn't like when I give it a 7. I say it as in I say it with love. Like it's just a. Yeah.
Well,
that's just an okay movie.
I seen people complaining about how it ended. Like they were like, "Oh, like they should have." Like, how are you gonna fight him?
Like, there's right. How are
that man is
like,
a guy?
Like, there's nobody with no Wanda the only person who could probably kill him is someone like Wanda, right?
But there would still be a battle, because he can warp reality as well.
Yeah,
he's a reality
that would be a
warper.
lot of warping. So like again, so there was nothing.
I think that would part with like
Put him in space.
it was weird too how quickly he got his powers. Like he managed his powers like that.
Well,
it wasn't clear.
I think they didn't really make it clear, but I think we talked about it afterwards.
Void and Sentry are two different people.
Yeah, Bob, the Sentry, and Void are all different.
But no, I'm saying as the Sentry. Like
Yeah, well,
this nigga went from not being able to
Yo, when
do
he walked
anything-
down them steps and looked insecure as hell.
Here's what I
Bro,
You guys,
he,
please?
He did a really good job.
That
of
shit was
playing
good.
that
like
actor,
a tweaker.
Yeah.
Like, he was like,
yeah.
he did feel very awkward and very
Yeah, he
unsure of himself.
come
Yeah,
on,
he didn't
guys.
even
We
seem
saw
like
niggas like
confident
that
in it
every day.
But that what I will say like about that scene, because I did think too, because they showed the scene just before that he was like trying to get used to his powers, but I think once he saw that he has the capability of now I felt Bob very relatable. As Bob was doing, as Bob was doing the shit and saying the shit and feeling the shit, and especially when he told Yelena, this is just me. But sometimes I could have a really good day and feel very, very great. But there's also those other days where I'm feeling like that. And I felt that where once he realized what his potential was, like, oh, I can do that. And then Valentino was like, yes, and that's what you're destined to do. His ego or his pride took it. It was like, yeah, you know what? I really am the shit. Like when he was fighting the people, it seemed like he was still figuring his powers out. Like,
it did.
Right when he did that, he seemed like, oh, I could do that. And then just like continue to do it and just let it go. I feel like he was just trying to be confident, even though he wasn't, but just letting it take over.
And I agree with you that 110% because Valentina was giving that speech to them while he was in the room where she was like, he's better than all the Avengers combined.
Yeah.
And he brought that up. He said, like, you said I was better than them, and there's a God on the team, and if I'm better than a God, then I'm a God.
Yeah.
So, like, clearly he was thinking about that beforehand. So I think it did more so play a part in his confidence as well. Because, like, once he just kind of, like, relaxed in that role and accepted it, that's when he became exactly what he needed to be.
My boy should not have dyed his hair.